MTX family, MTX leaders, I am so excited to share with you some thoughts I have around a very important issue in leadership that I've been reading a tremendous about lately. And what's interesting is not only have I been reading about it, we've developed some concepts that have become very effective on this issue. But it's interesting because Das reached out and we actually had a conversation about how this issue might have a profound impact on the future growth of MTX. The topic? Public praise. How are we actually praising and taking care of our people? Now, I want to take you back to a moment just to highlight exactly how important this issue is. Think of the first company that you ever worked for. Think of your first boss or the first great leader you were ever exposed to. Do you remember when that leader came up to you and they gave you direct recognition? And I'm not talking about a quick thanks or a good job. I'm talking about when that individual was locked in, they were focused, they looked you dead square in the eyes, and they said, "I appreciate you. Your energy, your effectiveness, your clarity, your focus. I love having you as a part of our company." You remember when you received feedback like that? Now, the words maybe were a little bit different, but you understand what I mean. You remember that time when a leader looked at you, acknowledged you, and gave you recognition. That type of recognition, clear and direct and focused, and most important, intentional, will fuel and drive culture. When we fuel and drive culture, it drives growth. That is what will drive the $25 billion vision. So if you enjoyed that moment when that leader did that for you, you have to ask yourself, how are you leading others? Are you moving so fast in this fast-paced life and environment that we're in every day that people are getting a, "Hey, good job," or they're getting a thanks, or even worse, and I'm not calling anybody out because nobody's raising their hands, I can't see you, but think about this. Do you ever send anybody a THX for thanks? Here's one subtle thing I've started to do with our team. Anytime I communicate with Anna from our team, she is the biggest contributor to making our system and our engine go. I will never send to Anna THX. I will always send to Anna, "Thank you." I take the time to write out those words, even if it's in a text message. Because if we say thanks or we say THX, it means I'm going so fast, thanking you isn't important to me. Now, I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but it goes a long way. Now, imagine if you were more intentional in those quick interactions, but even more intentional in highlighting and providing recognition. When you're in the chatter group, when you're in an all-hands call, taking a moment and placing recognition where recognition is deserved, and sometimes it's the private recognition that makes all the difference. So how are you currently leading? When somebody does a great job on your team, it doesn't take a lot of time for, rather than a good job, for us to send that, "I was thinking about you, and I was thinking about how hard you're working, and I so much appreciate the focus and intentional action steps you put into your work every single day. Thank you, keep it up, and if there's ever anything I can do, don't hesitate, I'm here for you." Rather than the good job, which takes 5 seconds to type, what I just shared, or however you want to articulate it in your words, it may only take 30 seconds to type, but those 30 seconds are the difference in what we are building together. Those 30 seconds of making somebody feel good about their work is the fuel that's going to allow them to know, I'm being recognized. I'm not just here to work hard to collect a paycheck. I am part of something special. So how are we praising those that we lead? Are we taking time or are we moving too fast? Don't lose sight of how important this is. Remember that emotion of what it was like for you when you were young and people recognized you. You loved it, and they'll love it too. The other thing I want to share with you, and I've mentioned this in our time together, is the importance of what I call the 80-20 principle of leadership. Process versus focusing on results. Great things are continuing to happen. I see all the emails that come through. There's great results that are coming in and new accounts, and everybody's working hard. I love it. I love it because there's energy, there's passion, there's emotion. Das is giving me updates. I'm hearing updates from others, and I love it because everybody's working hard. They're charged with emotion and energy. But how are you praising your people when it comes to results? The 80-20 principle of leadership speaks to highlighting 80% process, 20% results. So that our people during times where maybe business is slower, they recognize that we recognize process and hard work all the time. So when things are going really well, we don't spend 100% of the time, oh my gosh, the results are amazing. Look at all the accounts that you're bringing in. Everything's incredible. Look at the results, look at the results, look at the results. No, it's more of this type of communication. What an amazing month we just had. But you know what I want to focus on? Even though this was an incredible month, I want to focus on the energy and the buzz and what I feel is happening within our culture. Our team is committed to everybody giving their best. I've watched you and what you're putting forth every day, and your energy and your passion and your due diligence in your work. That's what causes the results. There's going to be ups and downs in business, but how you continue to focus and approach every day, that will be the difference. You see, that communication was about 20% on the excitement of the results and 80% on process that drives results. Because when times are tough, if we are the type of leaders that are only focusing on results, people are not going to come to us to tell us that times are tough. If we are supporting people through the good and the bad when results are down, and then we say things such as, I know it might seem frustrating because new clients haven't come in as fast as they did the previous 45 days, but here's what I know. Your commitment to the everyday disciplines that drive success, your energy, your passion, your intentional focus, it hasn't changed. There are ebbs and flows of business. Just stay focused on one day at a time, giving it your best, and we're going to bring in some brand new clients that are going to help us finish this year strong. How we publicly praise, how we choose to lead, will make all the difference in driving the culture. And when we love on our people of MTX, no matter what their title is, when we love on everybody, we give them time, attention, love, and care, we will continue to drive a culture that people want to be a part of. And we will trot one day at a time closer to that $20-25 billion vision. I'm with you. I'm in your corner. The challenge is to slow down and be more intentional. We're in it together. Let's love on each other. Let's continue to love the company. Let's be committed to winning one day at a time, supporting people with public praise, being intentional, and adopting the 80-20 principle. Spend 80% of the time highlighting and praising process and 20% focused on results. Let's continue to attack together.